We are at the peak of summer, but that doesn't mean that I neglect my goals. It is time for another monthly reset. Happy August, or almost August if you're watching this video at the end of July. I am very excited about August because it is my birthday month. So I'm very excited about that. And of course, I just love summer. August is going to be definitely super fun because even though I make time for my goals, I also make time for rest and relaxation. If you're new, my name is Poppy. I am 27 and I live in Greece. I would love to know which moment on July was your favorite, the best moment of July. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant or super exciting. Maybe your favorite moment was a moment of self-care. You were doing a face mask and you were watching your favorite movie. I would love to know. Leave me a comment down below. And without further ado, let's have a look at my July goals. So my first goal was to figure out my skincare, because if you watched my previous video, I had mentioned that I was breaking out, but my skin is doing way better now, even though I am wearing makeup, so you cannot see my actual skin 100%, but still my skin is doing very well. I don't have any active breakouts, and I think that I have started to slowly but surely figure out my skincare. I have a few new skincare products that I would also love to share with you. I will share them with you at the end of this video, where I will mention my favorites. The second goal was to do a social media detox twice during July, and I did do that. I was afraid that I was going to forget it, so I did it at the beginning of the month, but I have to say that I have been doing very well with not going on social media. And what I mean by social media, I mean Instagram, because YouTube I do watch daily. I love YouTube. I don't have TikTok, but I try to not spend my time mindlessly. So I have to say that I didn't really use Instagram that much, and I just feel like I am fading away from Instagram a little bit. And honestly, the only thing I do if I log into Instagram is to see a couple of stories from my favorite YouTubers, and that's it. I don't really do anything else on Instagram. I will be quite honest, I have been using also Pinterest too, because I find it very aesthetic and very inspiring. My social media time has been mostly focused on YouTube and Pinterest, so I'm doing well when it comes to the social media detox in general. My third goal was to go on a solo date, which I did, and I also filmed a whole vlog about that. It is one of my favorite vlogs that I have ever filmed, even though not a lot of people have viewed it, but still I loved it. I had a lovely time at my solo date. It was so much fun, and I am happy that I ended up filming this solo date, because it is always nice to look back at old vlogs and things that you did at some point. And I remember that I was watching one of my old vlogs from the previous summer that I was going on a solo date, and I felt like, that was fun. Why am I not doing it again? So I did it again, and now I have it filmed as a video memory. If you're interested about watching my solo date vlog, I will have it linked down below. My next goal was to start my work days earlier, which I definitely didn't do, which, it is fine. It works for me. It's not like I am behind in work or that I am super stressed. My next goal was to read one book. I did do that, and I will of course mention the book in my monthly favorites in a few minutes. My next goal was to visit the vet with Bella, my dog. We did do that. We did some blood work for her again, just to check if everything is okay, because the last time that we did, her kidneys were not 100% on point, and thankfully the results were great. Everything is back to normal, so that made me truly happy, because I was definitely a bit nervous about that, so yay for that. The next goal was to track what I eat, because as I had mentioned in my previous video, I had been experiencing stomach pains, stomach aches when I was eating some foods, but my digestive system and my stomach was good during July. So even though I was aware about what I was eating and I was ready to write down that food if it would bother me, nothing really bothered me. So it feels like I ended up not having to track what I eat, if that makes sense. And my last goal was to reach 3,110 subscribers. We did reach this number, which is very exciting. It always makes me very happy to see our community here on YouTube grow. So let me show you how many subscribers we currently are. I should also continue drinking this coffee before it becomes pure water. Okay, my camera doesn't want to focus on my phone screen, so the number of subscribers that the channel currently has is 3,200 subscribers. So shout out to all the new faces that have joined us, and of course a big shout out to all my old subscribers. So I will now write down my August goals. I have already brainstormed about them and I know what I'm going to write down. So we'll write everything down in my goals notebook and we'll go through them together.
Welcome to another day in the life of
Okay, let's go through my August goals. The first goal is to make plans for my birthday. I normally spend my birthday with family and with my boyfriend. I don't do anything extravagant or throw any big parties or anything, but I do want to make plans, maybe a family dinner and a nice dinner with my boyfriend. I'm still thinking about it, but I definitely want to make plans for that day. It is a special day for me. I know that some people have mixed feelings about their birthdays and some people feel sad, others feel very happy, some people don't really care about that day, but me personally, I love my birthday. I want to have a good time and I always feel happy and blessed and excited to grow 1 year older and to know that I am just growing up, which is truly a blessing. I know that sometimes we can feel lost and stressed and feeling behind. It is very common, especially when we are in our 20s. But honestly, I feel like growing up is such a blessing and I do feel like each person is on a different chapter of their lives. So I definitely don't feel behind in life, nor do I feel the need to compare myself to other people. And I always try to remind myself how blessed I am to be growing up. So that is my first goal. Also, you might be seeing this huge black heart that I made there. I made a small mistake, which ended up me drawing a big black heart, which looks kind of weird, but we're going to ignore that. The next goal is to post 1 YouTube short a week. I have been loving filming YouTube shorts and I want to make sure that I post 1 YouTube short a week. I find them very fun to film and a lot of people also find my channel through YouTube shorts. So I think that it is also a very nice way to grow our community. The next goal is to walk on the treadmill for about 4 up to 5 times each week. I have noticed that I am the most toned when I am walking on a regular basis. And of course, cardio and walking and running, if you are a runner, is very good for us, very good for our hearts and for our overall health. But I definitely have noticed that I am the tonest when I walk on a regular basis. The next goal is yet again to read 1 book. I only have 1 book left that I haven't read, so I'm planning on reading that. And the next goal is to get a new book or maybe 2 new books or even more. I would love to have even more than 1 new book in order to make sure that I keep up with my reading. One of my yearly goals is to read 1 book a month. And honestly, I love reading. It is super fun for me. It is also a very nice way to not look at a screen and still enjoy myself and have fun, because reading for me is fun. And sometimes when we have free time, we tend to scroll, or for example, myself, I tend to watch YouTube videos on the television, but I think that it is good for my eyes to just take a break and not look at any screens for a little while. So that is one more reason why I love reading. So I definitely want a new book or a few new books. I don't know if I'm going to buy them or if I'm going to go to the local library to borrow some books, but I definitely need new books. My next goal is to build the desk that we have bought. So me and my boyfriend have bought a new desk because he has a complete new PC station and I also use the monitor of the PC station, but we still have it on our kitchen table and we need that table in order to eat. So we have bought a desk, but we haven't built it yet. So hopefully during August, we're going to build it. My next goal is to practice German daily. I have been doing very well with my German. I have been using Duolingo to practice my German daily. I have mentioned Duolingo 100 times before. It is the app that I use in order to practice my German. And I have been practicing daily for about a month now, because I did used to practice, but I was skipping a few days maybe. But now I have been practicing every single day, which is very good. I have learned a lot of new phrases and a lot of new words. So I want to continue practicing during August as well. And my last goal is to reach 3,250 subscribers. And that completes my August goals. As always, I would love to know one of the goals that you have for this new month. Leave me a comment letting me know. And now it is time to make my August vision board. So without further ado, I will go to Pinterest and I will find pictures that represent my month and we'll have a look at my vision board together. Alright, I love my new vision board. Then again, I say that every single month, if I'm not mistaken. I think that every month I say that I love my vision board. It's very pretty, it's very aesthetic. So what else is new? So I went with sort of blue tones because August just screams going to the ocean and blue skies to me. That's what I feel like. So I went with a kind of blue theme. The first picture that I chose is a picture of a smoothie. I'm definitely in my smoothie era, especially because now the weather is super hot. So I love adding some frozen spinach in my smoothie and some frozen bananas, and I make it nice and cold, and I just love it. Mine doesn't turn out that green because I also add cacao in it, so it looks kind of darker, but nonetheless it tastes very good. What else is new? The next picture is a picture of a girl at the beach with a book. I always have some sort of book aesthetic in my vision boards since I love reading that much. So I can definitely imagine myself laying on the beach and reading a good book during August as well. The next picture is a picture of a birthday cake. As I mentioned before, my birthday is coming up very, very soon. So I thought that this birthday cake looked very pretty. It is blue. It goes with a vision board theme and it's very aesthetic. My cake is definitely not going to look like that. I'm just going to buy a cake from the bakery. I'm not going to have anything custom made or choose a very aesthetic cake. My laptop just turned off because I'm pretty sure that it didn't have battery and I forgot to charge it. So I have a picture of my vision board on my phone, so I don't need to charge my laptop anymore. So moving on. The next picture is a picture of a girl. She's about to have a big cup of coffee. She has her sunnies on the table. She's wearing this white tank top and she has, I think, a blue sweater tied around her arms. I found the whole picture very beautiful, very aesthetic. It just gave me a vibe of being on vacation and having an early morning breakfast at a nice coffee shop. So I saved it, even though I'm not going on vacation on August, but that's besides the point. A lot of people are going on vacation during August, so I wanted to feel the vacation and breakfast while on vacation vibe. The next picture is a picture of a quote. It says, "Where you are a year from now is a reflection of the choices you choose to make right now." And I definitely love this quote because we do tend to say that I want to see myself becoming this person, and we imagine that someday we're going to be that person. And of course, there is nothing wrong with imagining that you're going to become this person. But what I like to do is to imagine that I am already that person and act like that person. So make sure that the choices I make today, this very moment, are the choices that my dream woman, my best self, is going to make in the future. So I'm not just going to sit there and imagine that I am going to be that type of person one day. I'm going to act like that type of person from today. And that is the way that I'm going to be led to be that type of person. Because by sitting there and saying that I will be this girl or this woman one day, it won't help me achieve it. I need to make sure that the choices that I make today reflect the woman that I want to become. The next picture is so beautiful. It's a bed. It's kind of unmade. The sheets are white, which I love. And there's also a little cup of coffee again on the sheets. This picture just reminded me of an early summer morning when the room is still cool from the air condition because outside it feels like hell. We're burning up here in Greece. Even though I don't drink coffee every single day, I love me a cup of coffee every now and then. For example, today I made a nice coffee. The next picture is a quote again. It says, there is no failure. You either win or you learn, which I love. We can tend to feel disappointed in ourselves and feel like we failed on something, maybe at a work project or a personal project, maybe a personal goal. We can feel like we failed, but I do believe that there is no failure. We do learn from everything. I can give you another more extreme example. Let's say that a relationship in your life has failed, a romantic one or a friendship. Even from that, you cannot say that you truly wasted your time and it was bad. Of course, you're going to think like that, like I wasted my time and I wish that I hadn't done that. But still, if you think about it, it's not a failure because you did learn something from that experience and you definitely matured through that experience and now you know what to do better in the future. So I do believe that there is no failure. You either win or you learn. The next picture is a picture of a girl. She is having a nice dinner. I added this picture for inspiration for a birthday dinner maybe. I really like the picture. The girl looks beautiful. I find this picture very aesthetic. She's all dressed up. She has nice makeup on and she is having a tasty dinner. I think that it looks tasty. I don't know if it was in reality tasty. And the last picture is a picture of the beach again with a book. This book is actually Malibu Rising. I have read this book a few months back, I think at the beginning of the year, and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of my top favorite books. I found this picture very serene and relaxing to look at because the sky looks very nice, the waves. And now it's time to mention my monthly favorites. I have a few skincare products that I want to firstly mention. So the first product that I want to mention is this cleanser. Shout out to this cleanser from La Roche-Posay. This is the only cleanser that I have been using this month. My skin has cleared up. It also washes away makeup. I do a double cleanse and it cleanses my skin very well even if I had makeup on. I also apply it around my eyes. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I do it and it doesn't stink. Obviously, I don't open my eyes when I do that. It is the Toleriane. Is that how it's pronounced? But because my skin is on the drier side, I feel like this cleanser doesn't leave my skin feeling dry. It also says it says anti-dryness, and I feel like it is cleansing my skin very well. So I will be definitely repurchasing this cleanser. The next skincare product that I want to mention is this one from Avène. Avène, how is it pronounced? It is the Cicaphate. I am butchering all the names today, but this is a restoring cream. I think that's repairing protective cream. That's what this is. This is for sensitive and irritated skin. So you can use it for the whole family. You see, there is a picture of a little family down here. So you can apply this to babies, to your face, to your body, and it just soothes the irritated skin. So if you have shaved and you feel like your skin is irritated, or if you have a little burn or a little scar, this cream is very good. I'm not using it daily because I don't need to do that. But when my skin was super irritated, this cream definitely helped. And the last skincare product that I have is my new sunscreen. You already know the sunscreen. It is super duper popular. It is a Korean sunscreen from Beauty of Joseon. Is that how it's pronounced? It has SPF 50+. It has rice and probiotics. This is the best sunscreen I have ever used. It doesn't leave a white cast. It doesn't leave small white flakes on my face. It works perfectly under my makeup. It doesn't stink around my eyes, and it's just a 10 out of 10. So if you have read good reviews about this sunscreen, it is because it is that good. I will definitely continue using this sunscreen. I don't find the need to buy another one or check out any other brands. In the past, I have used sunscreens from La Roche-Posay, from Vichy, but I feel like this is the best one I have ever used. My next favorite is, of course, the book that I read during July. It is Daisy Jones and the Six. I picked this book up when I was on my solo date, and honestly, it was a very good book. I would give it a 4 out of 5. And this book is written very uniquely. It is like they are interviewing all of the characters. It is not like one person is narrating and explaining the story. You have multiple different characters talking, so they are all being interviewed, and I found that very interesting. It is the first book that I have ever read that it is written this way, but I definitely enjoyed it. If you're into the music scene and rock stars and rock and roll, and even if you're not, I'm sure that you're going to enjoy this book. It was not as good as The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but it was definitely a very good book. And my last favorite is actually a clothing piece, and it is this pair of linen pants. It is a brown pair. It is from H&M, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, it is from H&M. And I have already wore these a lot of times because they go with a lot of different tops. They are quite breezy. They're not that thick, obviously. They are linen and they are quite see-through now that I'm looking at it in the sun, but not too much. It's also dark color, so you cannot see your underwear, obviously, but they are perfect for a summer look. You can just pair it with a cute top and a cute little bag and some sandals and you're good to go. So these were only favorites, and I think that completes my August monthly reset routine. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to let me know one goal that you have for August. Also, let me know your favorite moment of July. I would love to know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!